Hello friends, I'm Brenda and welcome back to Plan and Preserve. Today we're going to finish up our Holiday in August series, and this is series part 2 of our series on infusion. Last week we did infused maple syrup. Today we're doing infused olive oil. So we'll be right back. Know when the I believe it was called Macaroni's Grill or something Macaroni's Grill. There used to be an Italian restaurant when we lived in Missouri called Macaroni's Grill. I was first introduced to those. It was the only restaurant I had ever been to at that time, and this was years ago, that served olive oil with fresh cracked pepper with their bread. It's the first time I'd ever kind of ate or tasted olive oil without it being cooked in something. So I was young. My taste buds had not matured into more savory things at that point. So it was very interesting, and I actually liked it. And so today I'm going to build on that experience I had many years ago by infusing some different flavors in olive oil. One of those flavors is going to be a garlic and rosemary flavor. Another is going to be a chili citrus oil and a Tuscan blend. And obviously, we know what that's going to do. But these oils can be used for dipping in bread, or drizzling over noodles, marinating meats in. Very, very versatile, and I'm very excited to make these in our woozy bottles. If you remember last week, our 3-ounce bottles for gift giving this holiday. Surprise, surprise, family. You may or may not get one of these. But anyway, that's what we're going to do today. So we have this olive oil I got from Sam's. This is just a way to present your olive oil for your side dish of oils to dip your bread in if you make those. But these are this, and all you really need is some oil and some spices, and you probably have most of these spices already on in your cabinet. I bet you have every one of them except this orange peel. Yes, I've been on the orange peel kick lately, so you got to use it up. So anyway, we're going to get our bottles out. We're going to do the assembly line method like we used for our infused maple syrups, and we're also going to sous vide these bottles. Another way you could do this is you can definitely heat your oil up on the stove, add your spices, pour them into the bottle. You do it that way. I think this method is way more easier and cleaner and safer because you don't have to worry about getting hot oil strained in this little bitty funnel into these bottles. So anyway, let me get this set up for our first round, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I've got all my a couple of batches ready to go here. I've poured my olive oil into this flexible measuring cup. It's a lot easier to pour than out of that big old gallon jug over there. And so, got everything, hands are clean, everything's clean, we're ready to go. So, for the garlic rosemary olive oil, we need a half a teaspoon of rosemary, we need a 1/4 teaspoon of dried garlic or dried minced garlic or garlic powder. So I'm going in with the powder, that's what I have. And it calls for 3 to 5 peppercorns. Let's see. 5 is like a quarter or 1/8 of a teaspoon. I want to get the tricolors in here. Okay, there's the peppercorns. Now we need the 3 ounces of olive oil. Alrighty, here goes. Wow, this is going to be so pretty. We've all got those olive oil bottles. Well, not all of us, but you've seen those olive oil bottles in jars you can buy in the store. Well, I don't know if you can actually use them. They always seem to be more like for decoration, or maybe just people don't want to use them. Okay, get these caps on. I don't think I'll need to label these. I'll be able to tell because it's a lot lighter than the maple syrup. Don't that look really neat? It's very pretty. So there's one. Our next batch is the chili citrus oil. So I'm going to need a quarter. I'm trying to do this out my funnel. A quarter cup of, I'm sorry, oh, it'd be hot. Quarter teaspoon of chili flakes. I have this little collapsible funnel that will help me guide this in there. So there's a quarter. Quarter. Yeah, I'm the woman with all kinds of gadgets. Quarter. Now we need quarter teaspoon of the dried dehydrated orange peels. Probably gonna need more than this. And a pinch of black cracked pepper. Little tiny pinch. I think that would be a pinch. Okay. Pour some more oil in here. Citrus, chili citrus oil. This would be really good over some noodles. Can't wait to try these. Now these, you might not want to make them so far in advance. I think the shelf life on these is a little less than the maple syrup, so we'll talk about that when we do our little table talk. Get some nitty gritty. Now, our last one, let me get the other one prepared and we'll be right back. For our last infused oil, the Tuscan Herb, I guess you could use an Italian blend if you wanted to. This has marjoram, thyme, basil, rosemary, savory, and oregano. I don't even know what savory is, but you could use that if you wanted to. The recipe calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano and basil, a pinch of thyme, and a pinch of red pepper. So we're going to go with the recipe to make it delicious. Alrighty, so we need a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, quarter teaspoon of basil, a pinch of thyme, optional, a pinch of red pepper flakes. So we're just going to do a pinch red pepper flakes. Okay. Getting ahead of myself. Alrighty. What's something that you would infuse olive oil with? What flavors would you do? Remembering you need to use dried herbs. You can use fresh herbs that you just have to keep it in the refrigerator or use it up. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'd have to look that recipe up. I wonder if you could use like some smoked. I have some smoked garlic salts. I have some hickory smoked salt, Redmond salt. And I don't know if you can make a smoky infused oil. Alrighty, can I tell these apart? Yes, I can tell these apart. So I don't need to label them. That's awesome. So we'll get these in the sous vide. I'll bring you over to the Instapot for our sous vide process, and we'll be right back. Okay, let's do our table talk of our infused olive oils. Man, those look so amazing. They're just beautiful. I can't wait to try these. Alrighty, cost. That jug of oil at Sam's was $17.48. You can get a little bit cheaper bottle of the I forget the name of it. It starts with a B-E-R-T, something or other. This is Sam's Members Choice brand. Comes to 26 cents an ounce, which comes to 78 cents a bottle. Is that right? No. Yeah. 78 cents a bottle. The bottle itself was 82 cents. So we're looking at a whole $1.60 for an infused oil. That is a very reasonable amount for a gift. Again, you don't have to use these woozy bottles. You can use a 4-ounce jar or 8-ounce jar to make these into gifts if you want to give them as gifts. If you want to use fresh ingredients in these, you need to use them in 7 to 10 days, and they need to store in your refrigerator. So you wouldn't be able to keep them that long. But these will need to infuse after we do the sous vide. They'll sit on your shelf in a dark place for about a month to get really infused with these herbs, and then you can give them. So you don't want to make these way ahead of time. You probably want to make them about a month before you give them out. And then on your tag, you'll want to mention use within 2 months of receiving them, and then of course store in the refrigerator and use. So that sounds good. Even what would you infuse your oil with? I can't really think of anything else, but these would be, like we mentioned before, great. Just even drizzled over a pot of noodles, spaghetti noodles, olive oil and spaghetti noodles, and garlic is delicious anyway. Of course, dip your bread in, saute some meats, vegetables. I think it would all be delicious. So what would you infuse with, and are you going to make them? Leave them in the comments below, because I love to see what other ideas people have. These are the infused oils we made. They're just so cute and adorable. Again, you don't have to use these woozy bottles. You can use your 4-ounce and 8-ounce canning jars to do just as nice of a job. So these are going to be delicious. I can't wait to try them. Like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this. It's the last of my Holidays in August series. We did the cranberry balsamic glaze. We did the vanilla gingerbread syrup, the maple syrup infusion, the olive oil infusion, and we did what was the other one we did? Oh, let me think about it. Oh, the spiced cranberry juice. So we did all of those as a gift giving or bringing to a party item. Don't forget the charcuterie boards that we talked about. You could probably drizzle this over some cheeses or something on your charcuterie board. The bread definitely would be a hit with this little thing in a little bowl with just some chunks of bread. That would be delicious too. So great ideas. Leave your comments, leave your ideas in the comments below of what you would use these for. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you share this with your friends and family. And remember, plan smart and preserve well, and we'll see you on our next one. Have a great one.